If you are hearing my voice or seeing my face, welcome to another episode of the 2020 Visions Podcast. My name is Sean King. I am the host and the creator of the 2020 Visions Podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to both educate as well as entertain you about a variety of topics across all sorts of spectrums. This show, of course, as I always say, is a unfiltered, uncensored, and never scripted show hosted by yours truly. We touch on a variety of things here, ranging from professional to personal. Sometimes they are way off the charts. Sometimes we're talking about deep things like personal relationships or family situations, or it could be a professional growth development kind of thing, or you're looking to start your own business. We touch on all sorts of things here. That's why I created this show for. It's just another platform for me to be able to get out there and to say some things and try to educate you with some of the experiences that I've had in my life. Today's episode is actually going to be based off of me. I'm going to simply tell you guys a little bit about me, tell you a little bit about the businesses that I run, and we'll go from there, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and enjoy me. Before we get started on that, I wanted to tell you guys about the format that I use to make these and record these podcasts. It is Anchor FM. Anchor FM is a free hosting site, free platform. It's on www.anchor.fm. It is a simple system, man. Like I say, every time I do one of these episodes, I'm just like, I can't tell you guys enough how freaking easy it is. It allows you to record your podcast. They host it. They give you several different things on there that you can use to make it even fancier than it normally would be. You can throw some transitions in there, put a little bit of music. They host it. If you get enough sites, they'll put it up on Spotify. They'll put it on Google. Apple's one of them. I just got picked up the other day by something called Podcaster or something. I don't even know who they are. We're now on 7 different platforms. This is the 4th episode in 2 weeks, and we've been picked up by 7 platforms, so that's pretty good. You can pick up sponsorships, you can make money, you can get earn money along the way. It's all sorts of things you can do. So I encourage all of you, if you're thinking about starting a podcast or looking for another means to get your word out there, to talk to the masses, just check out Anchor FM. Give it a look this weekend and play around with it, see what you think. It's pretty simple. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy doing these things. I take about 15, 20 minutes out of my day and just put these things together. I think it's pretty sweet. Just another way of communicating with the masses. Today's episode, I want to basically, just introduce myself. This is going to be recorded. It's recording live. It's going to our new YouTube page. So, I'm a business owner. I own multiple businesses. I own the Volunteer Financial Services, which is an insurance agency in Knoxville, Tennessee. I created that insurance company last January. The insurance agency itself is located in Knoxville, Tennessee. We are licensed to do business in both Tennessee, California, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, California. That's where the agency has its licenses, so we can write everything from home auto, whatever you want in all those states. We also write in South Carolina, North Carolina, Utah, Montana. Those are some of the Indiana. Those are some of the additional states that we have clients in. I created the agency last year. I've been working in the insurance industry for 15 years, putting agencies together for other people. And it just dawned on me, man. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I've been putting these agencies together for a lot of people. A lot of people I know in the insurance profession who do not know half what I know. And I was putting agencies together for those guys, getting them the carrier contracts, and they were making money. I was getting paid to put the agencies together or to work for them, and I finally decided, screw them. I don't need them. I can do this myself. So I created the agency in a unique kind of way, though. I didn't want to just be an insurance agency here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I love it here. Don't get me wrong. Got a lot of friends, a lot of family, but I don't focus on writing friends and family. That's not my thing, and especially not during the first year putting an insurance agency together. That would be the worst thing I could possibly do. Why in the hell would I write my friends and family away from whoever they are with in the first year when most likely, businesses are likely to fail in your first year? If all you're writing are people that well, dude, you're not going to last, man. You're not going to last in this field. So what I decided to do was put an agency together. And the whole concept of my agency is I wanted to be the insurance agency in the palm of your hand, man. I wanted everybody who had a smartphone in their hand to be able to access me, to be able to access my website, to be able to access the companies that we write with. So no matter where they were or what they needed, I would be able to provide them a solution within minutes or within hours, the same day. Whether you're in Pocatello, Idaho, you're in Billings, Montana, you're in San Diego, California, I can write you, man. I've got the licenses. If you're in Tampa, if you're in Georgia, we've got your back, man. Whether it's homeowners, whether it's commercial, whether it's work comp, whether it's a life insurance policy, if that individual needs something, I can write them a policy right there on the spot. Why would I not want to write it that way? Everybody told me, dude, you're crazy. What in the hell would you set an agency up for like that for? Right now, 80% of all the business that's coming into our agency is coming in from outside of the area. We are writing homeowners in Georgia. We're giving that away. We're writing that like crazy. So that is just something we did. I just glanced over at the board to make sure we were looking at it because I know it's the end of the month. I just wanted to look at it. So the insurance side of business, we've got the Volunteer Financial Services. It's www.vfsnox.com. That's VFS as in Volunteer Financial Services, and then the word Knox, KNOX.com. And it is the mothership of two other organizations that we have put together. The other one is my business consulting company called the King Group. The King Group is also a sponsor of this show. I use it as my sponsor. It is a consulting company that I use to train other individuals, whether it's a athletic performance-based training or whether it's an individual who just needs some confidence training or goal setting. I work with organizations to sales train their sales staff. I work directly with CEOs to hone in a vision, to determine what it is you want to do. Sometimes you're in business for so long, you need outside eyes. You need outside eyes to come in and take a look at some things. So that's what the King Group does. We work directly with individuals and business owners to develop and execute strategies that will increase profitability, efficiency for their businesses, as well as improving customer loyalty along the way. I know because I work with so many different people, and I've, over the years, I've met so many different people that no two businesses are the same. So we tailor our consulting packages to fit the customer's specific needs. So, if you've got 1 to 5 employees, we work one-on-one with those 1 to 5 employees. We work with them on a weekly basis and then follow-up calls on a monthly basis. Everybody's different. Every plan is specifically dedicated to making the businesses grow and earn better profits. So what the King Group is all about is the business side of consulting. It's more on the website. If you go to the Facebook page, my King Group, it is the Kinger Inc. on Facebook. Now that page is pretty much designed to, I basically have a great time with that page. It's only been on there, it started it last August. We've hit maybe 1,700 followers on that page without any marketing, without anything. All it is basically motivational talk, real talk. I think that's the best part of all, is it's just straight talk. It's just real. I'll throw you some motivational quotes out there, but I don't give a crap if it's how it sounds or what it is. I talk to people the way I would talk to an employee or the way I talk to a team. I've coached high school football. I'm in insurance now. I've been in insurance for the past 15 years. Prior to that, I was in the education profession as well as coaching high school football. And coaching and teaching, you learn quickly that nobody's the same. No two individuals are the same. So I was able to take that philosophy, the communication skills that I would have with those individuals, and take it into the business world. So when I sit down and I meet with your staff or I meet with your employees, I go into it knowing with no preconceived notion what I'm going in there as or what their problems are. We just strip it bare. I'll go in and strip it bare. I'll talk to the individual. I don't care if he's your top producer or if he's your worst producer, man. I just want to get to know them, find out who they are, what makes them tick, what they want to do, and how they can do it better. There's other ways. Sometimes you've been doing things for 15, 20 years, you could be doing everything correct. You know a hell of a lot more than I do probably. But at the same time, those individuals who are like that, how often do they even get approached? Management typically sits back and lets them do whatever the hell they want to do because they're producing. And management doesn't want to rock the boat. But I just want to get in, see them, meet them, talk to them, find out what it is that makes them tick. What is it that drives them? What kind of goals they have? What kind of goals we can set for them? What kind of goals we set for the business, itself, and try to make some stretch goals and make it work. The ones that don't have the confidence, the newbies, that are fresh out of college, or the ones that aren't performing the way they used to perform. Those are the fun ones to get behind. Meet with them and develop a plan. Watch them grow. That's always great, because as they grow, the businesses grow. So yeah, we've got the King Group, and we've got the Volunteer Financial Services, and we are getting ready to create the newest division of our company. It will be rolling out in March. It'll probably be live in April, but hopefully it's live by the end of March. That's going to be an alternative risk solution provider on the insurance side. What that means is some companies out there in some markets, like California as well, because it's about to be a hard market, some companies face a lot of issues moving forward. Sometimes you're either too big that, you're paying $400,000 in insurance, whether you're a trucking company or a large manufacturing company or farming risk, and you've got insurance premiums of $400,000. Why the hell would you pay $400,000 for insurance when you can set it aside and self-insure yourself and use it as a vehicle? And out there, especially where you've had fire losses over the last few years, they're facing a lot of other different kind of problems. So what we put together is a alternative risk solutions department. My California agency, which is located in Modesto, California, will focus solely on alternative risk at this point. We are going to approach middle market accounts as well as farming exposures, homeowners associations who are facing extremely high increases, most likely when the governor's moratorium is pulled, and looking to provide alternative solutions for them. Insurance itself, let me explain insurance to you. Insurance itself is it's a risk management tool. It's a risk management tool referred to as a contract risk management transfer. What that means is I have an auto insurance policy. I bought a car. My car cost me $35,000. If I get in a wreck, I don't have $35,000 laying around the house where I can just take care of that problem. So what I do is I call up an insurance company, Travelers or Safeco, somebody like that, Progressive. I call them up and I say, hey, look, I need an insurance quote. So what they do is they tell me that for a set amount, which is my premium, they will take over the risk of the policy. So if I pay them, let's say $1,000 every 6 months, they will assume the risk for that 6-month period if anything happens to the car, minus the deductible, of course. So what I've done is I've transferred the risk out of my hands to their hands in exchange for a premium and a deductible. Now, sometimes the insurance is a little bit more difficult to price, or it's a little bit more difficult to place. Let's say you've got a bunch of robotics, or you've got a solar farm. You've got all kinds of different things out there that are different exposures. You've got brand recognition. You can insure your brand that's huge. I mean, right now, if anything goes wrong with let's say there's a cyber breach or a credit breach of any kind, well, the reputation of the company could take, that's millions and millions of dollars, the kind of hit that they could take. So there's all kinds of exposures out there right now that are just difficult to price, difficult to place. So what they do is they can form a self-insurance program. They can self-insure themselves via a captive or a self-insurance program itself. So those are the kinds of things that we are going to focus on, because I think they're absolutely fascinating. I've been in the industry for 15 years. Sometimes you need something new to excite you. And right now, that is a very exciting field. I think it's great. I think it's going to grow. I think it's going to grow. There's a lot of businesses out there in the middle market, whether it's a technology company, whether it's a trucking exposure, whether it's a manufacturing exposure, that have so many different kinds of insurance that it's sometimes it's in their best interest to self-insure yourself. I mean, if you're financially capable of it, if you're a financially secure company, and if you can control your losses, and you can, that's an ego-driven thing, but if you can actually control your losses, then it's a really good fit for a lot of people out there. Right now, I think, honestly, I read the other day that 50% of all the companies in the world, self-insure themselves. So the larger companies have some sort of capacity of it, whether it's their cyber, whether it's their deductible set aside. You got a huge deductible for something. Maybe you just set aside a $5 million deductible just in case you need it. There's all different kinds of ways, all different kinds of things that are going on out there. So that's my business. That's what I do. So that's who I am. That's what these podcasts are going to be about, and that's what the websites are all about. We are on Personally, I have 3 Facebook pages. I have the King Group, which is Kinger Inc. We have the Volunteer Financial Services, which is VFS Knox, and I have a personal Facebook page. And then over on Instagram, we have the King Group and Volunteer Financial both have Instagram pages. We got a Twitter page. I got a LinkedIn page. Both of the businesses have LinkedIn pages. Now we have the YouTube page, and we have the podcast. So there's a lot of different formats out there right now that we are utilizing to get our brand across. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on here today is I wanted to come on and just explain to the fact that I don't think really it's enough. Right now, I am on a major kick with this marketing thing. I'm having a blast. It is absolutely fun. We are getting all over the country, and it's not costing shit. I mean, why in the hell would I do a direct mail piece? Why in the hell would I do a radio spot ad when everybody's streaming music? It's just the way it is right now. I mean, if you are not utilizing these formats, then you are going to get passed. You are an ancient fuck. I'm going to tell you right now, that's as easy as I can put it. If you are not taking advantage of today's technology at the prices of today's technology, then you're an old dog, man. You are an old dog. And that is not who we are, man. We are not going to be like everybody else. We didn't set this agency up to be like everybody else. And we aren't going to move forward like everybody else. We're here to get our name across, to meet and develop great relationships with people all across this country. The markets that we have, the carrier partnerships that we have, the technology that we utilize, we're in it for the long run, man. I mean, we're here to serve you. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, everything that I'm saying, everything I'm talking about myself about, it's just telling you who I am. It's just who I am. I'm a guy, been in the insurance business for 15 years, man. I've been through a tornado outbreak with 1,400 claims in one day. I'll never forget it. August 27, 2011. I was managing the AAA Auto Club, personal lines, home and auto. We had tornadoes rip across the southeast region. We had offices from Knoxville all the way to Johnson City. We had clients all over the place. And big storms ripped through here. Big storms. I mean, I remember being at my house. I couldn't even hear my kid screaming upstairs. He's 2011. He was 3, up there screaming and crying. I couldn't even hear him because of the sound of the hail that was beating the side of the house. We go in the next day and there are 1,400 claims filed. Man, they're everywhere. They're coming in via fax. They're coming in via text. They're coming in phone calls, man. They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere, man. And I'll never forget going into all the agents' offices, because at that time, I got a bunch of agents who worked for me and basically said, hey, I don't know what you made the last 3 months. We're going to balance it out, and that's what you're going to get paid. I promise you. But right now, we ain't selling shit. We're not going to sell another policy. We have 1,400 people that we have to take care of right now before we sell another policy in this building. A lot of the agents were pissed. Some of the agents got it. It's just the kind of people you are, but that's what we do. We take insurance premium in exchange for taking care of their stuff. So when a big financial crisis like in MetLife in 2008, I'm working for MetLife. I have a MetLife agency. Everything's going good. It's my first one. It's my first time I broke out and I had my own little agency. And I'm working for MetLife, and holy moly, man, we have the financial crisis hit, MetLife at that time, it's a huge company. They write home and auto insurance. They do that, but that is a small pimple on a very, 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 very big butt. And they are a huge financial company. Their life insurances, their annuities, their mortgage companies, they had a lot of things going on. And they had to go through the government stress test at that time because they were so big. They were listed as one of the 2 insurance companies, even Prudential and AIG, I believe. No, AIG followed, that were too big to fail. So they had to go through stress testing. Man, oh man. That made it pretty dang tough on an insurance agent at that time, especially a MetLife agent. So I have been through it. I can tell whoever calls me, man, whether you've got a $20 million house, I've insured them. Whether you've got a national trucking exposure, I've insured those. Homeowners claims, auto claims, financial losses, death benefits. I've seen it all. I've done it all. So it doesn't matter whether you are in Knoxville, Tennessee, where I live, or if you're in Big Sky, Montana. It's all the same. It's all about how you deal with that individual. It's about the relationships that you build with those individuals. It's about the trust that they earn and being accountable for everything you tell them you're going to do. And that is what the insurance company is built on. The whole concept of it was to be, I wanted to be the agent in your hand. I wanted to be the agency that you hold in your hand when you hold your smartphone in your hand. But more than that, I wanted to be like the 1950s, the 1960s. Maybe it's just a vision I have in my head of what insurance agencies used to be like in small town America when it was when your parents were kids and their grandparents, they all had the same freaking insurance agent right there in town, and everybody knew him and everybody trusted him and everything got taken care of. Well, that was the concept. I wanted that vibe, but I wanted it inside the phone. So every company that I picked, modern technology, user-friendly, spectacular technology, and it's all based off the phone. So the only other component between the technology of the companies, the A+ rated companies, and the exposure all across the country by getting licensed and getting out there, the only other thing that was left to make it all work was me. So I needed to be as honest and as straightforward and as knowledgeable as I am. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know insurance inside and out. I know that if I don't, I'm going to contact somebody who does. I'll just straight up say I think I'm further along than most of the other people that I know that I've worked with in the past. I know that because they had me working for them. Now that I don't work for them, man, do they call me wanting to buy me out all the time. So it happens, trust me. A lot of people out there contacted me to buy me out over the course of the last year. We're still standing. So if they're ready to buy me after 1 year, that tells you that I think we're on the right path. So whether it's my past as a football coach or a football player, I don't know what it is, but there's just something that sets you apart if you're in this industry. You're either going to go get it with a big grand scheme of things, or you're just going to sit back and let other people do it. I'm not a sit back kind of guy. So I put it together, man. I'll go down with the ship if that's the case, but I'll go out with the vision that I have for what it is that I want to do. I think it's an industry that's changing. I think it's an industry that needs to change. It needs to change. I think there are there's too many old people in the industry. There's too many old agencies out there sitting around not selling insurance. They're just sitting on the old policies that they had. They got a whole office full of old people that, when the young kids come in, they don't have a relationship with those people. And that's my biggest thing. When you see people whose parents have been insured with somebody for so many years, and then the parents are gone, and there's no relationship whatsoever with the younger generation, well, where do they think they're going? Do you think they're going to keep them just because they've always kept them? I don't. I would hope not. I don't want to keep people simply because I don't want my son to take over this agency one day and just simply keep the policies because I had them. He needs to earn them. He needs to be out there developing relationships with the individuals as well, and getting further along and taking the company modern and making it more user-friendly for everybody else. That's what social media platforms come in. That's everything that we do. Everything that I'm about is about being modern and about making it easier for everybody, So I just wanted to come on, introduce myself, tell you more about me. You can look me up on Facebook, Sean C. King. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. Check out my profile. Check us out on Facebook, Kinger Inc., as well as Volunteer Financial Services. If you ever need anything, if you need a quote, you can go to our website or you can give us a call at 865-357-8451. It's just going to be straight talk, and that's what 2020 Visions podcast is going to be about. It's about, talking straight, living in the now, living in the present. Everything we do is about now. We don't look back. I'm not looking back. We know where we're going in the future. We have a vision of what it is we want to do, but we're focused right here, right now, and living in the now and taking care of you in the now. We're going to secure your needs for the future, but we're going to do that by doing it right now. And whether it's your personal health, whether it's your financial goals, whether it's your relationship or whether it is your insurance needs. You know, we're here to talk to you, and we're here to talk to you about what's going on right now and to help you and assist you in any way we can. So I just wanted to come on, give you my 2 cents, say hello. Those of you who are about to see us on YouTube, because this one is actually being recorded, so it'll be my first one that I stream live up to YouTube. Check out the YouTube channel as well. And everybody have a great weekend, man. We'll be back next week. Starting next week, we will be streaming podcasts and having personal interviews. We've got our first interview lined up next week, so looking forward to it. And then we fly out to California next weekend, and we will be meeting with somebody out there as well. And hopefully we stream that one as well. So things are moving quickly. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week. Peace.